I'm recording a disc right now. I want to dedicate this, show to Steve Jobs that passed away very recently, and it is a shock that it happened. Fortunately, I still had to, since I already Twittered it out, I still had to do the show. Okay. Now, I know, Brad, that you talked about the Kindle Fire on Techwebcast, so you have some idea what's going on. I kind of want to cover that first.
Apparently it's coming out in November. Personally, it's not really for me. I'm probably not going to buy one, but people are after a good size tablet, cheap. It will be ideal for them, but at the moment I'm loving the iPad and it's bigger screen and stuff and that sort of thing, and yeah. Yeah, and I know you bought one, Steve. You can do an unboxing?
Yeah, now it was for a different reason, because if it wasn't for Christmas coming up and getting for him, I probably wouldn't, but yeah, I can tie in the unboxing with it, so that's kind of why I wanted to do that. He originally wanted an iPad or an iPhone, and for specific reasons, I decided against it, but I figure the Amazon Fire Kindle would be perfect for him. So that's, the reason I went for that. Let me get CarloBrown and get his thoughts on the Kindle Fire, and then when we get into it.
Sure.
Oh.
That's the whole thing. I'm not really that bothered about it personally, because I've got an iPad. So I can use the Kindle app on there if I want to read stuff. I'm not really a big reader. But it's a nice thing for what it is.
Okay, so I know, because I looked at Bruce Naylor, his assessment of the Kindle Fire, and it pretty along the same lines. Obviously it's not really made to, I think, outdo the iPad. It was made to perhaps compete with the lower priced Android tablets, and to sell their services. Kindle books. I think they got a streaming service.
I don't think it's at all intended to be a competitor to anything except for maybe the Kindle.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, you're probably right.
And stuff. You got the bonus that you can do web surfing on it as well if you want to. Web surfing between reading, it's directed towards a particular sort of niche audience, really.
And yeah, I guess I shouldn't really put in made to compete per se. I think they do kind of want to get more into the tablet market, but it is really geared, I think, toward their services, obviously. I don't know much about their streaming. Supposedly they got movies and TV shows. I know they got probably the largest book selection, from what I understand it, because initially they sold books, and then to ebooks also. And
yeah, they did. And they have they've got that on there as well, the movies and that. You've got to buy and stream movies and that kind of thing through the Amazon service. So it tends to be like a central hub for everything Amazon.
And I'm kind of wondering this myself, that there's an idea that popped in my head that perhaps the reason why they're not going to try to access the Google, I'm trying to think this, Android market is because there are probably a lot of apps out there that allow streaming video and books and stuff, and they want to basically, access their stuff. So that's the reason why they're designing all their Amazon Android apps. That's my guessing. And supposedly there might be a Netflix app. I'm kind of doubting it, but
yeah, there's I think there's like Netflix app on Android now, I think. It's been on iOS for a long time. I'm not so sure about that for Amazon's tablet, because they want you to to use their movies and stuff. So I don't think they really want the competitors' app on their own device.
Yeah. How about you, Brad? You think they're going to eventually put on maybe Netflix or Hulu Plus or whatever
onto the new
eventually to the Kindle Fire or whatever?
I'm not really sure, mate. To be honest, they may. I'm not sure. I don't know. I just can't. I'm not really a fan of watching stuff on the small screen. I very rarely watch stuff on my iPhone 4.
Yeah.
I watch YouTube videos all the time on there, but that's because I just on the iPad and on the iPhone. Well, around the house on the iPad, I will. In bed with the iPad and iPhone, I will sometimes just watch YouTube, but not actual proper movies. I'd rather do that on the big screen.
Yeah, same. I would agree with that, mate.
Now, Brad, I know you covered it on your show, like the Tech Webcast. What did you guys talk about in general about the Kindle Fire?
We had Dan McDermott on. He just covered a few points about it and that sort of thing. I just can't remember what we spoke about because it was so long ago.
Okay.
Oh God, I really can't remember. But yeah,
I put you on the spot.
It comes down to sort of what you need it for and that sort of thing, and you know.
Yeah, I think it's going to be much more for media consumption. Where the iPad, you can still, of course, it's primarily it seems the iPad is for media consumption, but you can do make media. I'm trying to think of the word here. You can edit videos still. You can make content as well, not just consume it. Like on the iPad, where the Kindles primarily are just for content itself, and that's it.
Yeah, that'd be purely for content, books and movies and stuff. So the iPad is still, I'd say the iPad is very much still for consuming, but you can do some creation on there. But they've got the iMovie now, and there's like a photo apps and that kind of thing on there.
Okay.
It's an app-centric device though, whereas the Kindle won't be.
Okay. Okay. I think we all have that assessment. I think it will initially do well.
Oh yeah, I think it will. It will do well. It's just
because it's a lower price point. But the hardware is still good, even though it's limited. That's my guess.
Yeah.
It's just great for people who like to read books and do a bit of web surfing.
Exactly. It does have a browser in it, doesn't it? In the browser, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's an inbuilt browser. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, the Silk, I think that's the name of it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the Apple keynote that was on yesterday, and we also talked about me and Brad. We talked about it on Tech Luster as well, and well, initially I was going to talk about the iPhone 4S, but we could talk about anything, obviously, with the keynote. Yep. I know you were split on the iPhone 4S. You weren't quite sure on it, and now I know you posted something on Twitter with Callie Lewis that might have changed your mind, but I'm not sure.
It's because she said it was cool.
Okay, that's okay. I'll take that answer.
Yeah. Nah, I think she's gonna get one because apparently I do agree with people who say it's got better graphics in it, it's more faster, and it's got this voicing in there now and that sort of thing, and which is pretty cool. I'm not going to rush down and get one straight away. I'm going to wait for a bit and wait till it lows down a bit, so it settles down a bit, and so I can get one. Probably next 2 months or so, maybe, but see what happens. But, yeah. What about you, Carlo? You going to get one, mate, or you going to stick with the iPhone 4?
I'll be sticking with the iPhone 4 because I'm still on contract, and then for about another year, and then when that runs out, I'll either jump to the 4S or it'll be the iPhone 5 by then. You
reckon the iPhone 5 will come out?
Yeah, it'll definitely happen. It'll be after the 4S because it's the same pattern as before, 3G, 3GS, 4. So I reckon the 5 will be after the 4S.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. What are your thoughts on this Steve Jobs passing away today? Do you reckon that will have anything to do with Apple stocks and that sort of thing, and people not buying?
No, definitely. There'll be. Well, I reckon that everyone who has decided they're going to be getting the iPhone 4S already is going to go and get it.
Yeah.
There might be a bit of a stock drop with the guys who think that maybe Steve Jobs passing away might affect Apple's business, but
yeah,
things will settle down and go back to normal eventually and carry on.
What about this Tim Cook? Do you reckon he would change anything now that Steve's gone? Do you reckon he would change anything new, put anything new in the keynotes or anything like that, or anything new that will change? Or?
No, not at all. Like, if they change anything, it'd be like a good change. I don't think they're going to change much from the current model, really.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's just a shame that he's gone. Like, you know, he was really good on the keynote stuff, and he was just, you know.
It is a big shame, yeah, and it was a bit of a shocker when I found out about it.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I called Steve. He didn't even know about it.
Yeah,
I didn't actually believe it at first until I saw Apple.com.
Yeah.
Until I saw that, I didn't believe it because I've seen reports of this kind of nature before.
Mm.
Well, the first thing...
Yeah, 56 too, I think. Still young.
Yeah, 56.
Yeah, he's still young.
Well, actually, the first thing I did is just verify it real quick because I didn't want to put out bogus information. Not saying that I didn't believe anybody, but, you know, I went on to... I found a link to ABC News site, which is here in America, and then I finally, you know, that was good enough for me, so... yeah, I think the Apple stock prices will drop initially, just like during the keynote, even it dropped a little, then it went back up. Same thing what we're going to see again, but I think it'll eventually go back up to normal. So
yeah, I reckon it will.
And now I kind of missed what you said earlier because I had a troll in the chat room I had to get rid of, so I kind of missed your initial assessment with the iPhone 4S. Now, I think you said something initially that you know, well, of course, the way Callie Lewis described it, you know, it made it more interesting to you.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, no, she did a great video about that, and she's getting one. She wasn't on an Android or something, but yeah, she's going onto an iPhone now. So, yeah.
Let me ask Carlo real quick. Do you have an iPhone? I can't remember.
I do. Yeah, I've got the iPhone 4 and an iPad 1, iMac, and a MacBook Pro. I'm very much Apple down.
Oh, okay, pro Apple. Okay. Now
no, I do use PCs as well. I've also used Linux and Windows, but I do mainly use Mac and Apple products.
So, well, what's your initial assessment of the 4S? I mean, I know there's a lot of people that were let down about it.
It's just that practically for me, I'm still in contract, so I can't do it. But if I say didn't have an iPhone right now and I wanted to go for it, I'd get the latest and greatest. It's good fun.
Okay.
The camera's better, dual core processor. It's good.
And of course, anybody in the chat room, if you want to put your thoughts on the iPhone that was just released, please do so. And then you might actually give us some more things to talk about. You might put in there. I don't know. I think it's still a good upgrade, even though everybody was expecting the iPhone 5, because I've seen a lot of I think it's the rumors that really kind of ruined it for people.
Yeah, there was so many rumors about the iPhone 5, and I didn't really believe it. I actually did believe there was going to either be a 4S or nothing at all. There's so many people believed it was going to be the iPhone 5 and were disappointed, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I heard that as well. A lot of people were not happy about it. But next week, OS 5 is going to come out next week. Can't wait for that on Thursday for me, and probably.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I care about right now. I don't care so much for the 4S because I'm not going to get it because I'm still on contract for the year. I really want to get hold of iOS 5.
Same.
Oh, I just want to mention real quick that I think initially it was mostly tech enthusiasts that were kind of disappointed, but I think once it goes to the I want to see what the general population. I mean, because the average person that doesn't know much about technology, as far as you could ask them what chips in the iPhone 4, and most people aren't gonna know. So I'm kind of interested to see how the general public's gonna react. I mean, they're gonna get it, but let's go ahead and go.
I wonder if Apple really pushes it that way as far as specs. They just most general people, they'll pick up like the iPhone 4 and say compare it to the 3G, and they'll be like, "Wow, this is so much faster." That's the way they sort of market it. So they've got to make it look faster and better than the last one.
Now, okay, we're talking about iOS 5, which I am really looking forward to. There's several features in there.
The one thing I really like about iOS 5 that really stands out for me is the notification thing, which is very similar to the Android bar at the top, or even ripped off from it. But I like it that you have the notifications there, and you can see your past notifications, because when you have a something pop up, like I'll get a tweet or something, and then someone sends you a tweet after that. Maybe 5 minutes later, I missed the last one. And I can't see my previous notifications. So that's something that I really am looking forward to.
Okay, notifications. Okay. How about you,
Because I
Brad?
get a lot of them in a day. I can get up to like 50 notifications in a day, and I'll miss the last 49 because the last one's sitting on my phone and I can't see the last one.
Uh-huh.
By the way, I just want to make a quick note. If people don't like what I write on Twitter, just unfollow me. It's that easy. Putting that out. Yeah.
Okay,
just,
okay, that's fine.
Someone just left me a comment on Twitter saying something about the way I write stuff, which is okay to say. Yeah, so the OS 5 is coming out next week. Can't wait.
Now, what are you? Could you tell us again? I know you told me one time. I forgot. What are you? The features that you're really looking for in the upcoming iOS 5?
iMessages.
Yeah.
Notifications, and yeah, whatever else is in the new features, which I'm looking forward to checking out.
See, with the iMessenger or iMessages, supposedly when you text message another iPhone user, that's going to be free, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like the BlackBerry thing.
Yeah, you can do.
Yeah, it's a free message to message.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You can do group messages as well, too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
so basically, if you got iPhone to iPhone, as long as the other person has got I think at least a 3GS, you can send basically messages for free using Apple servers through the iMessage. So it's kind of like, but for iPhone users, it's definitely going to be replacing text messaging. But then you can still use text messaging. It's not going to completely replace it.
Okay, what do you think? What do you guys think about the iCloud that's going to be coming out? Supposedly it's all free with exception of maybe iTunes Match, which is I think $25 a year, but that has to do with your iTunes Music. So what do you guys think about the iCloud? I don't know if you.
I like it. I think there is going to be a free and a premium version, or at least a free and two paid versions of it for higher storage and that sort of thing. I do like the idea of it. I like to be have more storage, free cloud storage, and that kind of thing. The iTunes Match thing, that does cost. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it here in the UK until 2012, or they've actually decided to bring that out at the same time they do it in the US. This is, as far as I know, the last thing I heard is that they have to wait longer over here.
Now, supposedly it's going to... you know what? I forgot about the premium service, and I forgot about that. I think initially with the free iCloud, like you get up to 5 gigabytes, I think, which is kind of substantial.
Yes,
because Dropbox only features, I think,
5
2
gigs free storage, and then the other ones are like 10, 15 gigs.
Oh, okay, then that's going to be, I think, the paid one, right?
Yeah, the paid one's something like 15 to 20, and the free one is 5.
Now, I know they kind of already started integrating the iCloud with iTunes Music. I'm not sure if you guys use it per se, but or even I think apps too now. You know, you put an app on something, it goes up to the cloud, and then when you open up another device, then
the app thing they've done already. I can download an app on iTunes, and then you can set it up so it automatically does it to your iPhone straight after, or if you've had an app previously, you can go on there and have a look at your previously purchased apps and re-download it for free again without having to go through the App Store like you had to do before.
How about you, Brad? Do you?
They've had that there for a while.
Brad, do you have that activated where if you put an app on your iPhone, it shows up on your iPad? Do you use that, or? Yeah.
Yeah, I bet, but I don't really put iPhone apps on my iPad because they look terrible.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I admit the same thing here. If there's an iPad version, yes, I try to use that.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I agree with that one. Yeah. Also, I just want to mention there's going to be a new Xbox 360 dashboard update. You guys heard about this? The new.
Oh yeah. Let me put it in.
There's new channels coming over here on the Xbox, and that's going to be bloody fantastic.
And actually, I haven't forgotten. Yeah, we are going to talk about it. I hadn't forgotten, actually. Usually, I forget stuff too much. I'll put it in the chat room for CarloBrown to see as far as Skype. Could you put it in the chat room for me? Because unfortunately, I've got two different internet connections.
I'm in the same situation. I'm
I'm
using two
Brad.
different connections.
I don't know if you can transfer that into the that way.
This is the blog post that Teko you did. I always follow what he writes and share it.
And yeah, because we're gonna. Okay, now this is Xbox TV. Okay, ABC. Now that's the TV station, right?
That's ABC. If you go to that link, that will show what's coming on Xbox Live under the live channels and stuff that you can watch in America for you guys.
Oh, so Americans can access this?
Yes. US, you can get
awesome.
you can get Pandora, you can get ESPN for US. What else is there?
Well, I mean from
your Xbox 360. When this dashboard update comes out, you can watch all this stuff from your Xbox if you're on a gold or whatever you call golding is called gold account.
Oh, okay. Because usually I know like between countries we don't like to share, obviously programming unless it's paid somehow. So at least
I think there's gonna be more information tomorrow. I think someone said. I'm not sure, but that's what they put out today. I think that is. But you better use what's it? Last FM and that sort of stuff, and Hulu and that sort of good stuff. Comcast and Channel 5.
Wait a minute. Oh, jeez. For some reason, I'm thinking about this little box back here. I see Xbox, and I'm thinking this little guy right back here. The oh shit, I forgot what they call it. The D-Link Boxy Box. Yeah, that's. I don't know. This is crazy, man. I tell you what. My brain's stuck on Boxy Box so much. So yeah, okay, this is on the Xbox. Oh, jeez, it's one of those days, I think.
Yeah, it is, mate. It is.
I just been so busy, and of course, yeah, the Steve Jobs news was pretty sad too.
It was, mate.
And what's going on with your show? Anything coming up or has come up?
With my show or
Techwebcast?
Nah, not really, mate. Just been getting guests on and stuff, that sort of thing, and
And we're also going to cover. Don't want to forget CarloBrown. Geektelligence. Did I say it right this time?
Yeah.
Awesome. Last time I think I messed it up a couple times. And I think you're doing two other.
No, I'm mainly on Geektelligence. Also, do some work for Teenage Hackers and PBcast TV as well. I do shows in there occasionally now.
PBcast TV. Oh, I thought you said BB.
Yeah.
like BBC or something.
No,
I was like, oh, awesome, man. The BBC, that's pretty good.
Mainly, it's Geektelligence, where I help run the website, Minecraft server, and we have mainly tech and gaming there. Teenage Hackers is advanced tech stuff like Linux and that sort